What's up? It's me, Betty Rocker. I'm back and I have an amazing tutorial for you today about how to make some really great looking creatives using iPhone apps. Now, as you know, I've done amazing things with my Instagram account because I've really branded my images using very simple overlays with fonts, with text, with even filters and stuff. And I have done everything with my iPhone. Now you're gonna have a separate tutorial video that's all about how to use, how to make great videos with your iPhone. But in this tutorial, I just wanna focus on the photos. Let's take a quick peek at what I'm talking about. You can use these images on your Facebook, on your Pinterest. You can use your iPhone as a tool to make great creatives very quickly and easily with these very, very simple apps. Let's just take a quick peek at what I'm talking about. So for example, this image is one I used a special filter on called Snapseed to make my abs really stand out. And I also used a text overlay, as you can see, to really make this image have a specific call to action or have it stand out, say something I wanted to say. Here's another example where I'm giving people more useful content in the post by letting them know what exactly is in my refrigerator, telling them everything that's in there. Here's an image that I actually made in Canva, and if you watch the video that I did about Canva, you're gonna love this. But I could have made this with my iPhone app. I just happened to use Canva. Here is this image. I absolutely love it. Now I didn't add text on this one. Instead I just used a filter. When I took this picture, it was really dark and you couldn't see much of the image, but it was such a beautiful shot. It's in San Diego, and I really loved this. Just made it so easy for me to use this great image. So anyway, so as you can see, and I mean, even if picture of food, I used a special filter on this to make this look even more delicious. So there's a lot of ways that you can use the filters on your phone. Here's a good example too. So I really made my abs pop by adding a filter, and then you see how that green smoothie in my hand is almost like neon green. I used a specific tool that I'm going to show you next to really make this image stand out from what it used to look like. So let's take a quick peek at the actual apps I'm using for my photos in the phone. Now here we go. You really only need about 3 awesome apps. It's really that simple. And I'm going to show you the ones that I'm using. And this will work for you for a whole lot of different types of businesses and industries. Really, we all just need great looking images, right? Whether you're using them on Instagram, whether you're putting them on Facebook, whether you're putting them on Pinterest, maybe you're using them for your blog. I use these apps for all of the images that I make, and I use them constantly. So the very first one I want you to get, and you can pause this video anytime you want, get the app I'm going to show you, and then you can do this with me. So first, go get Snapseed. This app is amazing. So it's just amazing. This app used to be $4.99, and then Google bought it because it's so killer, and now it's free. So you can get Snapseed. It's so good. So we're going to start out with Snapseed by hitting the plus button up here in the top left corner, and we're going to pick a photo from our photo library. Now, I can't say enough about how important it is to have a good thumbnail image when you're doing YouTube videos. And if you're going to do YouTube ads or you're going to do video ads, you're going to want to know how to make a great thumbnail image, right, for your video posts. So this can really come in handy. So I'm going to show you how to make a great thumbnail image using these apps for your videos on YouTube. But let's get started with just going into our camera roll and finding an image to kind of update and edit. So here's a cool image, and do you want to see what this image looked like when I got done doctoring it up? Because it doesn't really look like much in this picture, does it? So let's see actually if I can show you in the feed right here behind us, because that's why I have this open. Where is that picture? Is it up higher? It's a really cool picture. Where are you? There you are. Oh, it's over here on the right. Okay, so here we go. So this is what it looks like when it's done. Now let's go ahead and get it back right here so you can see how different this looks. How did I do this? Very simple. So go back to your phone, click use. This is the image that we're going to use Snapseed to edit right now. We're going to add a special filter. Now down here in the bottom row, you're going to have a bunch of different cool options of filters that you could add. We're going to go straight to the one that is my favorite to use right now for food, for physique. You can use this for building images, for all kinds of cool stuff to really make your images pop. So I'm going to click on HDRscape. Okay, this is badass little filter. And see how immediately that just like made the colors pop? I could probably just leave it like this, but I want to show you. Go ahead and tap your screen and hold it down, and you'll see all of a sudden all these little options pop up. Every single filter has its own little menu inside of it. You just have to tap the screen and go up and down. So let's pick saturation. So we left it on saturation. You can see it's on saturation because the little black box at the bottom of the screen says saturation 0. Now I'm just going to scroll my finger to the right. That's all I'm doing. I'm scrolling my finger to the right on this app, and that's actually dialing up the saturation. I can scroll my finger to the left, and it's going to dial it down. So I can go all the way down to like negative. Why would I do that though? This picture is so cool. So I'm actually going to leave the saturation alone. And hey, if I didn't like the saturation quality I was getting here, just hit the X in the bottom corner window there, and that's going to put it back to what it's going to revert it back to the original image. I'm going to click back on HDRscape. I'm going to add that filter back. I actually really like how it looks just like this. I'm going to go ahead and hit the check mark. Awesome. It's going to process the image for me. Then up in the top right, you're going to save this to your photo library. Now we're going to do a couple other things to this image in a couple different apps that I want to show you. But first, let's look at how we can also use Snapseed for a different image. Let's go ahead and hit plus. Let's go to the photo library. Let's find a different image to check out. What could we do? What could we make a cool image out of with Snapseed? Well, here's a cool picture of me in my living room lifting weights. Let's use this one. Again, I probably want to use HDRscape for this one because it would look cool, but I could also use something like drama. And again, I'm using my finger and I'm going up and down on the screen, and I could add more saturation to the image, or I could add lower or increase the filter strength. If I didn't like this, I could just hit the X again, go out of it. If I want to make this image black and white, that might look really cool. I can scroll up and down and see what kind of options. They all are going to have different options for what you can do. So awesome. I absolutely love this app. It just will make short work of anything you want. You can do things like selective adjust. So I'll hit the plus. Maybe I want to make that brighter. See how cool is this? Like you can use contrast, saturation, or brightness on a specific part of the image. I don't know, just play around with this. Like seriously, get in there and have fun with it. I absolutely love this app so much. It is amazing. You can do so many great things with it, and whatever you want. This back arrow here is revert. You can revert the image because of course what's cool is you can overlay two different filters at the same time. So say we like the black and white, great. Now let's add some HDRscape to that and see, ooh, that's kind of cool. I just added a little bit more graininess to the abs. Maybe I want to add a little more brightness now. And okay, I like all that, so I'm going to hit awesome. I like it. Now I've got an image I like in black and white. I could save that using this button up here at the top to my photo library. Now let's go back into our photo library and do something else to that original image that we were editing. Let's go in. I want you to get your next app. It's called Instacollage. Now there's a ton of different apps that you can get that are a lot like Instacollage. There's Diptyque, there's so many different ones, but basically Instacollage and apps like Instacollage are going to give you a bunch of different options. Now I'm going to go ahead and close out of this app because I want to show you what it looks like when you first open it. When you first open it, it's going to be pre-selected with whatever little border they want to sell you or like they want you to use on your picture. It's a little cute creative thing. I don't want to use this silly stuff, so I'm just going to hit frame down the bottom, select the white border, and I'm going to go to adjust, and I'm just going to slide everything to the left so that I just get one blank screen. Now the reason I'm using Instacollage in this case is because I want control over the size of this image and how it's laid out in the screen. So now that I'm done with that, I'm just going to tap the screen, and I'm going to select camera roll. And that's going to allow me to go into my camera roll, and I'm going to pick that image that we were just editing. And I'm going to click done. Now see how it's kind of far away? We want to bring it in. So I'm just using my fingers to scroll on the screen until I get the image exactly where I want it. I like it right there. Now now I could, if I wanted to, add some text to this image using Instacollage, but I don't really like their fonts. They've got some fine fonts. Let's say I do pull-ups. Okay, done. I could use Instacollage. I could go white. See how I'm sliding down in the bottom there? I'm just saying white, and I could make it bigger or smaller. I could click on fonts right here in the middle, and that's going to pull up all of Instacollage's different font options, so we could make it have a different font, and they have plenty of fonts. I just don't really like their fonts, so I'm just going to delete that. And I think I already saved this, but I'm just going to make sure I'm going to save this image. Now I'm going to show you my third favorite app. This is an app that's all about fonts, and I think fonts are really important. So are your filters. When you're branding your images and you want them to sort of be styled the same kind of way, if you do have an Instagram feed or a Facebook feed or whatever you're doing, if you're making Facebook ads, for example, even a YouTube channel, if you're making ads at all, it's great to add your own little flavor, your own little flair, and this is a really simple and easy way to do just that. So
I want you to get this app called Title Effects. It's down there in the bottom row here. It's this guy right here, Title Effects. Oops, now I just made my my icons go crazy. Let me close these apps so that we can actually start fresh. So when you open up Title Effects, there we go. It should go to this. It should go to Photo Library. So you're going to pick an image from your photo library. Now we're going to pick this one, and I'm just going to double tap that, and I'm going to say pull-ups. Great. Check. Up in the corner. Now we've got that. Now I'm going to show you the power of this app. This app is just so cool. It gives you so many font options, so many ways to change your font, to customize it. First one down in the bottom row is the F for fonts. So we're going to go ahead and select a font that we like. I like this particular font a lot right now. I'm using it a ton. Go ahead and play around in here. Find out what fonts there are available to you. See what ones you like. Maybe see what styles you like. Now see this one? You've got a whole second row of fonts to pick from down here. So you know, just find one that really suits you, or find a few that you like and play around with them. In a few minutes I'm going to show you how I make my YouTube thumbnails and how I use 2 specific fonts to brand everything the same, which is really cool. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go over to this A, which is going to give me the opportunity to size this. I'm just scrolling my finger to the right. I'm just pulling it to the right, just like that. I could also change the angle, which actually I think I will. I think I'll make it straight up and down, because I'm straight up and down. I'll just drag it and move it over, just like that. Looks pretty cool. Now I'm not done. Now see on this guy, you can actually scroll your finger to the right, and you could actually move the spacing of the characters aside. You could do different things with the line spacing. We could make it more or less transparent just by dragging this across the screen a little bit here. Super cool. We can also change the color by clicking that middle button right there. So say I wanted it to be pink. Maybe I wanted it purple, whatever color you want. I actually think white looks pretty good on this image. And then the one other thing that you can do, well, 2 other things. First, you can change how much this image stands out. You've got a whole bunch of different options here called the FX. I could make it really pop. I could make it black background. I could do all these different things. So play around with those effects, because some of your images, your background maybe is going to be a little bit white, and you want a white text on a white background to really stand out and pop. You could use the FX button for that. Now the last one. This is like my favorite thing ever. So right here you're going to have the opportunity to add a bunch of different backgrounds to this particular font. So I could go with a black background, a white background. I actually think this looks pretty badass right now. I really like this. I might make the font size slightly smaller. I might actually space the characters out a little bit more. Actually, I really like this. Yeah. I mean, it's a creative process, right? So these tools let you very cheaply and easily play around with stuff and let you figure out something that you like. I mean, you don't have to do all this. If you're not the creative person on your team, you give these resources and maybe this video to someone on your team so that they can learn how to do this. I personally love this stuff. That's why I'm teaching it to you. So there we go. We've got a really cool looking image. Now let's tap the image again up here, top right. This is pretty standard with most apps. You're just going to click it, and you're going to save it. I save everything to my photo library. I'm just going to say send to photo albums. Done. Now I have this image, and I could upload it straight to Instagram. I could upload it absolutely anywhere I want. Now, let's talk about making a cool YouTube thumbnail, okay? First of all, in a separate video, I've showed you how to use iMovie, and let's go ahead and go into our iMovie app. Now, in order to get a thumbnail image from a video in your phone, what you're going to want to do is open it up, and this isn't going to work 100% because the way that the phone plays the video, but this is basically it. You're going to click the play button, and this is going to play the video on your screen, okay? Now say that that was the image I wanted. I'm going to click pause wherever I decide I want my thumbnail image to be, and you see it looks like a picture. What I'm going to do next, I want you to look at me right now. You're going to click this top button and this bottom button right here. And this is going to take a screenshot of whatever is on your phone. You see how I did that? Really simple. Now I'm going to get out of this because we can't really see the video on my screen right now. But you can see I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and you're going to watch how the screen flashes just like that. Pretty cool, right? So that's how you get a picture. And I'm going to show you a picture of your screen. Basically, that's how you take a screenshot in case you didn't know. It's a little ninja tactic. So let's go back to our apps, and so say we had a cover image that we wanted to use for our video, right, that we're going to put on YouTube. Let's go back to Snapseed. This is where it starts for me. I like to add a filter first, and then I add the other cool stuff. So we'll go to plus, photo library. Now I've got one that I already, let's go to camera roll. I've got a picture of a video that I've already taken a screenshot of, and I'm going to find it in my phone before I had edited it. edited it. Here we go. Here's a great one, okay? So this is a screenshot that I took of a video I made, and I'm gonna click use. Now we're just gonna see how to use Snapseed one more time. Click HDRscape or whatever filter you like that you're using to brand your images. I'm just sliding my finger to the left to dial down that saturation a little bit, or that filter strength. I'm maybe gonna add a little bit of saturation to make my biceps look a little stronger. And I'm gonna hit the check mark, which is done. Now I like this image just like it is, so I'm just gonna go save that to my photo library. Now I'm gonna open up title effects. This is where we're gonna go. Hit the back arrow to select something from your photo library, click the image. Now, I'm gonna show you how this looks in my YouTube feed so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. This is really awesome. And if you do anything with videos, it's great to have a custom thumbnail that will allow you to really see what is in this person's feed, right? So let's look at my feed. Look at this 30-day challenge row. You can see how every one of these has this cool little caption. It lets you know exactly what the video is about. You know exactly what you're gonna get. 30-day challenge, day 3, full body burn. Day 4, yoga. Day 5, cardio. Oh, this is cool. They know they're in the right place, right? They know that they're gonna get, and then here's my Motivational Monday series. Again, I'm using some of these captions, and I wasn't doing this before, and I've started doing it, and I absolutely love it. I think it makes a big difference, especially on YouTube when you're trying to get video views, and people need to see your videos. So this is just a great tool, and I did all this in my phone. So now I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I do this. So let's go back. Sorry, that's the wrong screen. Let's go back to my phone. Where is this thing? Here we go. Okay, so we're in my phone. We're gonna type the caption. So I'm gonna say 30-day, done. Actually, I don't need the enter key. And now I'm gonna pick the font. Now remember, I'm making all the fonts the same for that particular series. This just might be something you wanna try out or keep in mind. So I'm gonna go 30-day, and then you're gonna go up to the top and you're gonna select new title. Okay, now I'm gonna say 30-day challenge, and whatever font you have selected or styling you've selected for the last one, it's gonna repeat that when you do a copy of it. Now we're gonna go down here and we're gonna make it a little bit smaller. So there we go, we're just gonna scroll over because I want this to actually fit right underneath where it says 30-day. I want it to be the same looking size. Now as you can see, it's not very easy to read that on the white background. Remember how we were talking about that before? So let's go over here to effects. And let's put a shadow behind it. Great, that looks way better. Maybe there's an even better one. Let's try that one. Ooh, I like that one. So super. Now it's really popping. Now it's really standing out. Now I still want to give it a title. So I'm gonna go back up to the top, gonna click new title, and it's gonna default and give me what I just last did. I'm gonna say that this is day 22. Great. Now, I don't want that to be the same font. I'm actually gonna go over here and back to fonts. I'm gonna find a different font for this. What font do I want? There's a specific font I like to use. This one, yeah. This one's great for me, for this is what I'm doing. I'm branding it with this font. So I make it a little bigger, and I'm gonna add what the workout is. So this workout, let's say it's cardio ladder. Cardio ladder. Do you see how easily you could make like anything with these apps? They're just so fast and easy to use. I'm gonna make this a little smaller so it's not on top of me and you can still read it. And I actually like the effect that this has right now. This looks really good, but if I didn't like it, I could just go over here to FX and I could go to any one of these cool effects. Maybe I wanted it to be a little whiter. That looks great to me. This is a great looking YouTube cover. You see the action, you see what it's about, you see what you're gonna get. And hey, if I didn't think that that challenge word was showing up well enough, I might go down here and add a little bit of a background banner so that you could really see it. It would really stand out a little bit more. So there is a great YouTube cover now. Sorry, my phone, if I move it, it goes on the screen funny. So again, just tap the screen and you're gonna save this to your photo library. And then what I would do, I'd be smart, I'd go into my Dropbox folder. Again, this is why you want to have Dropbox. It's such a great tool. You can really just keep all your stuff organized and you can access it between your phone or your computer. You've got Dropbox on your computer so you can pull in images to work on your computer with. You can upload them to your Facebook from your computer, and you also have access to everything in your phone. You just download the Dropbox app, which is just perfect. So we're just going to go to 30-Day Challenge YouTube Thumbnails, which is a folder I've created here. We're going to click on the 3 little dots at the top. We're going to click Add Files. We're going to go to our photos that we already have in the camera roll now. I'm just going to select that one we just made, and I'm going to upload it. And you're going to see it right on my computer. I'm going to get a little notification telling me that I have a new photo in my Dropbox. So when I go and upload this to YouTube, I can just grab that image, and when I'm like editing this video, for example, say I'm in my video manager screen,
If I wanted to edit a video, I could just go to any of these, edit, and I can change the thumbnail. And you can see how here I've got a custom thumbnail on all of these 30-day challenge videos. So super simple and easy thing to do, and it really will make a big difference and impact on people watching your videos. And it's just a great thing to know about. So I've now showed you my 3 favorite apps for making quick and easy images and making them look great. And I've just given you a couple really simple examples. Now you may be wondering what some of these other apps are in my photography section. Mystic is going to be a really cool, interesting app. Feel free to check it out and download it. Let's go ahead and see what you can do with Mystic. Let's grab this image that we just created and select. Now go down here to text. Mystic is really interesting because it'll just give you a bunch of pre-done fonts and quotes and things that you could add to your images to make them stand out, to give a good message. Down here on the bottom, you can scroll across. Maybe you wanted an inspirational post. You could come across here and you could just grab any of these and it'll overlay it in your image. You could make it smaller if that didn't really fit your image. You can move it down or up using these little arrows. I'm just clicking on them and they're moving down or up. I could change it. You can just do kind of anything you want with this little app. But it's actually something that I find interesting about this app is sometimes I'll use it to get inspiration, creative inspiration about maybe an image up here. I think you can make it black or white if you want. It's just great. It's a great little tool because it'll give you a lot of different creative ideas. And maybe you don't use Mystic. Maybe you get a great quote from this and you want to put it on an image using Instacollage or title effects. So just a cool one to use to play around with. I also have self-timer on my phone because before Apple upgraded the iPhone, you couldn't put your phone on a photo delay timer. You actually had to, I had to download an app for that. But I'm going to show you right now how you can easily take a photo. Oh, this is on, yay, hi, what's up? So right up here at the top, you see I have the 3-second one selected. Normally it's set to off, but all you do is you click this little button and you can set it to 3 seconds, you can set it to 10 seconds, whatever you want. So say you have your phone on a tripod and you're taking a picture of yourself, all you have to do is set the 3-second timer and then just hit the square and it's going to give me a 3-second countdown. Great. So now what we're going to do is go into our photos and we are going to go into bursts because anytime you take a photo with the timer, it's going to automatically do a burst shot. It's going to give you 10 different options. And so I was moving around. Where is this? Oh, that's my photo stream. I picked the wrong one. Click bursts. And then this is going to give us all of the different very unflattering photos of me, plus a couple that are actually cuter. Why this is so cool, right, is because you could see that as I was moving, it took several different versions of the picture. So you just select which one you like, and we can, and this is, you know, Kim Kardashian, I think, takes 300 selfies of herself before she decides on one. It's like obnoxious. But, you know, we can't look perfect in every picture. So when you have 2 that you like selected, you can keep only the 2 favorites. You can delete the rest of those awful ones. And there you go. You can do whatever you want with your bursts now. So you have burst images, which is cool. Just a great thing to know about, right? So that's another way that you can use this. I don't even need this self-timer app anymore. Actually, I'm just gonna trash it. Timer Camera Pro was the same thing. I don't even need that anymore. Delete. I don't need that. So I'm pretty much set. I've showed you all the apps that you need to get started to make some great creative images simply just using your phone. Don't forget to get Dropbox, add it to your phone, add it to your computer. You can get a free Dropbox account with like 2 gigs of storage, I think. It's super awesome. And again, just get in there and play with it. Have fun with it. The best way to learn is by doing. And just have some fun and try out these apps. And I'd love to hear from you if you have some other apps you want to share with me that you've been using. Of course, Instacollage is going to let you do, sorry, that's video. I'll do those in another tutorial. Instacollage is going to give you options where you can put images side by side if you wanted to do like a split screen of 2 images like I was showing you for that one image I did. I think I showed you this one. This one worked. This was just really fun to make. Like I'm drinking a green smoothie out of the blender, and my abs look great. And I used the Snapseed filter on this one, and then I dropped it into Instacollage and put these 2 images side by side. And I will show you easily here how you. So let's go back to home. Let's pick side by side, and we can't really see that frame. Let's go to adjust so we can see the outline of it. There we go. Now say we picked an image, so you just tap the screen. Say you went to your camera roll. Where's a good image that we could do a side by side of? Here's a good one. We'll use this one. Now, say I would drop that into the other one as well. I would take do that image twice. But I want them facing each other, so I just tap the image. I'm going to hit Adjust Grid. Oh, just kidding. Adjust Grid. I'll show you. Adjust Grid is cool. Say I wanted to actually slide this image over. I could do that with this. But I actually meant to do Rotate Mirror, and that's going to let me make the image face itself. So I actually want to adjust the grid back to center. Looks like right about there. That looks pretty awesome. I could also get rid of the frame entirely, so this image looks like it's just bleeding into itself. And I can resize them a little bit so they line up a little better. You can just kind of play around with it, do some cool effects like that. So again, just have fun with this stuff, play with it, enjoy it, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned something, and I'm Betty Rocker, and you are awesome. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.